Welcome, dear one. I'm so glad you are here. You've come to a safe space, a place where you are accepted exactly as you are, with no need to impress, no need to explain. Just be. Right now, let yourself take a gentle breath, not a forced one, not a deep one, just gentle. And as you breathe, place your hand over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own touch. This is where it all begins. This moment is not an accident. You've been guided here by something deeper, something wise within you that knows it is time for healing. It is time for a gentle return to yourself. There are so many moments in life when we feel heavy. The world around us moves so fast, and sometimes we don't even realize how tightly we're holding ourselves together just to get through the day. That pressure can build up quietly until we notice that we're tired, anxious, disconnected, or unsure of who we really are anymore. But I want you to know, those feelings do not make you broken. They make you human. And the beautiful thing is, you have the power to soothe yourself, to bring peace to your own body and mind. It all begins with the smallest step, a loving step, back to your heart. You see, your heart is more than just an organ beating in your chest. It is your center. It is your truth. Your heart holds your wisdom, your joy, your sadness, your love, and your memories. And even when you felt lost or unsure, your heart has never stopped beating for you. It has carried you through every single moment of your life. Isn't that incredible? Even in your hardest times, it never gave up on you. Your heart is your lifelong companion, always whispering, "I'm here, I'm here, I'm here." So today, we're going to listen. As you continue to rest your hand gently on your heart, notice how your body responds. Is there warmth, a soft tingling, maybe a little flutter? There's no right or wrong way to feel, just allow yourself to notice. This small act, touching your heart, isn't just physical, it's a message to your body, to your emotions, to your soul. It says, "I am willing to care for you now." And oh, how your body responds to that kindness. Every part of you begins to relax when it feels safe. And that safety, my love, begins with you. Now let's talk about the power of words. So many of us have grown up hearing words that hurt, words that limit, words that make us feel small. Maybe they came from the outside world, or maybe, over time, we began to say them to ourselves. And when we repeat those harsh words, they create patterns in our mind. They build walls inside us. But just as words can hurt, they can also heal. And this is what I want to show you today. How a few simple words spoken with love can create space, beautiful space, for peace, for trust, for transformation. You don't need fancy language to heal. In fact, the most powerful words are often the simplest. When we speak words with love and belief, they echo through every part of our being. They touch the heart, they move the body, they shift the energy around us. Words like, "I am safe," or "I am enough," or "I love you." These are not just things we say. They are gifts we offer ourselves. They're reminders that no matter what has happened in the past, we are allowed to begin again. Have you ever noticed how your body responds to kindness? When someone says something loving, you might feel your shoulders drop, your breath deepen, your heart soften. That's not just emotion, that's energy responding to intention. And this is why affirmations are so powerful. They are not just wishful thinking, They are deliberate choices. They are seeds planted in the garden of your mind, and every time you repeat them, you are watering that garden with care. Over time, beautiful things grow: confidence, peace, forgiveness, joy. Now, I know sometimes affirmations can feel strange at first. You might say, "But I don't believe it yet." That's okay. That's perfectly okay. You don't need to believe it all at once. Just like a seed doesn't become a flower overnight, your heart needs time to trust again. But every time you say a kind word to yourself, even if it feels small, it makes a difference. Think of it as turning on a soft light in a dark room. At first, the room is still shadowed, but over time, that light begins to fill the space. That's what you are doing, lighting your inner world again, gently, lovingly. There's a phrase I often say, and I'll share it with you now. Every thought we think is creating our future. Think about that for a moment, not in a way that scares you, but in a way that empowers you. If every thought is a building block for what comes next, wouldn't it be wonderful to choose thoughts that uplift and heal? Even if you've had years of harsh or fearful thoughts, you can begin right now to build something new, something softer, more nurturing. So let's begin together. Place your hand back over your heart. Take another gentle breath in and release it slowly. Now speak to yourself with sincerity, even if your voice is quiet. Say, "I am willing to feel peace." That's it. You don't have to force it. Just be willing. Willingness is the doorway to change. When you are willing, life begins to meet you in beautiful, unexpected ways. These words, "I am willing," are like magic keys. They unlock doors you thought were closed forever. You don't need to know how the change will happen. You don't need to have it all figured out. Your only job is to be open, to soften, to trust that healing is possible and that you are worthy of it. As we move forward, we will explore one very special phrase, just 3 words, that when spoken while touching your heart will begin to shift everything. But before we go there, I want you to understand just how sacred your heart truly is. It is not something broken that needs fixing. It is something beautiful that deserves your love, all of it, even the parts that ache. Let yourself sit with that truth, breathe with it, maybe write it down later, speak it in the mirror, whisper it before sleep, and as we continue, know that each step we take together is a return to your truth, a return to your peace, a return to your power. You are so deeply loved, and this journey, this beautiful journey back to your heart, is only just beginning. There are moments in life when we search and search for something outside of ourselves to make us feel better, something to fix what we think is broken, something to finally bring peace. But often the most powerful shift happens not from something outside, but from something gentle and quiet within. That's what I want to share with you now. A soft yet strong truth. When we speak loving words while placing our hand over our heart, we are doing more than just saying something. We are reawakening the light inside us. The 3 simple words I want to share with you are, "I am safe." You might be surprised by their simplicity, but don't let that fool you. These words carry a quiet strength. They are not just comforting sounds. They are a deep reminder to your nervous system, your mind, and your soul that it is okay to relax. So many of us move through life with tension, always bracing for something to go wrong. We carry fear like an old coat we forgot we were wearing. But these words, "I am safe," help us take that coat off. Let's pause for a moment. Place your hand on your heart once again. Close your eyes if you like, and gently speak the words, "I am safe." Let the words be soft. There is no need to rush. Allow yourself to feel what it's like to offer safety to yourself. This is not about convincing your mind with force. It's about allowing your heart to hear something it may have longed for. I am safe. These words remind your body to stop holding its breath. They tell your muscles to soften. They tell your thoughts to slow down. When you speak them with care, it's like sending a gentle wave across the whole landscape of your being. You are letting yourself know, right now, in this moment, I don't have to be afraid. When we were children, we needed others to tell us we were safe. We looked to caregivers, teachers, and family. Sometimes we heard those words, and sometimes we didn't. But now, as adults, we have the sacred opportunity to offer that reassurance to ourselves. And when we do, we begin to feel something remarkable, the return of trust. Trust in life, trust in our own resilience, trust in the quiet strength we carry within. These words, "I am safe," are not a magic spell that makes everything perfect overnight, but they are a gentle medicine, and the more often you speak them, especially with your hand over your heart, the more your entire being begins to believe them. Your cells respond, your breath deepens, your energy becomes softer and more stable. You return to a state where healing can happen. You can say these words anywhere, while sitting alone, during a moment of anxiety, before sleep, or while waking up. You can whisper them in your car, during a walk, or while resting your head on a pillow. And each time, they become a little more real. Like water smoothing a stone, your gentle repetition softens old fears. If you ever feel like the words don't work, don't worry. Healing is not about instant results. It's about showing up again and again with love. Your willingness to speak with kindness is already healing. Even the effort itself is part of the transformation. Let yourself be patient. Let yourself be gentle. As we continue together, I want to talk about something important. Often, when we begin a healing journey, resistance shows up, and that's okay. Resistance is not the enemy, it is a part of the process. Sometimes, when we speak words like, "I am safe," the mind answers back, "But I don't feel safe." That's natural. That voice isn't trying to sabotage you. It's a part of you that's scared and wants to be heard. Instead of fighting it, we can simply say, "Thank you for sharing. I choose love now." Resistance often appears when we start to change the old stories we've been repeating for years. And those stories, even the painful ones, have been familiar. So when we try something new, the mind can feel uncertain. But you don't have to push that resistance away. Just notice it, acknowledge it, and gently return to your heart. Touch your chest, breathe, and say the words again. I am safe. One breath at a time. You are retraining your inner world, teaching it to feel supported. That takes time. And it also takes compassion. If the process feels slow or emotional, that's a sign something is shifting. It means you're doing beautifully. Healing isn't a straight line. It's more like a spiral. always coming back to the same truths with deeper understanding. So be kind with yourself, be soft, and remember that every step forward counts. Let's talk about another beautiful practice now, one that helps us go even deeper with this process. It's called mirror work. This is something very dear to my heart, and I've seen its power change so many lives. The idea is simple. You look into your own eyes in the mirror and you speak words of love. It may sound easy, but for many people, it can be emotional. Looking at ourselves with tenderness is something we are rarely taught, but it is so healing. To begin, you can stand or sit in front of a mirror. Look into your eyes, not to criticize or judge, but just to be present. Place your hand on your heart, take a breath, and say to yourself, I am safe. Watch your eyes, feel your heartbeat, speak gently. If emotions come up, let them. Tears are not weakness, they are released. They are the body's way of letting go. Do this practice for just a minute a day to start. You can build it slowly, and each time you return to the mirror, try to soften your gaze a little more. Be willing to see the goodness in your eyes. Be willing to meet yourself with compassion. Over time, this practice helps us feel less alone. It reconnects us with the part of ourselves that has always longed to be seen, heard, and loved. When you add the words, I am safe, to mirror work, something magical happens. You begin to build trust with yourself. You start to believe that you can show up for your own heart, and that belief becomes a foundation for everything else in life. It becomes a quiet confidence, a deep calm, a sense of being held from within. Sometimes healing can feel big and overwhelming, but it's really just a collection of small moments like this. Moments where you choose to listen inward. Moments where you place your hand on your heart. Moments where you speak to yourself with kindness, even when you don't feel like it. These are the bricks that build a new way of living, a softer way, a more loving way. So if your heart feels heavy today, let it be heavy, and then gently offer it comfort. Place your hand on your chest, feel the rhythm inside, and whisper, I am safe. Let that be enough. In fact, let that be everything. Because when your body feels safe, your mind begins to calm. When your mind calms, your spirit rises. And when your spirit rises, you begin to remember who you truly are, loving, lovable, and deeply worthy. You are doing wonderfully, dear one. Whether this is your first time practicing these words or your 100th, each time you return to them, you are coming home. Home to your breath, home to your heart, home to yourself. One word, one breath, one heartbeat at a time. When you speak to your heart, when you touch it with intention and offer words of kindness, you are doing more than just saying something sweet. You are becoming your own source of comfort. You are creating a safe space within your very being. And this simple act, done with love and sincerity, becomes a daily practice of deep healing. There's something very tender about bringing our attention back to the heart again and again. And the more you do it, the more your body begins to trust. Your emotions feel heard, your inner child feels protected, and your spirit, your beautiful, vibrant spirit, feels free to shine again. It doesn't require hours of work or complex rituals. All it takes is one sincere moment of pause. Place your hand on your heart, take a soft breath, and say, I am safe. That is the practice. That is the doorway. You can do this when you wake up, before you begin your day. You can do it in the car, while waiting in line, or as you're lying in bed before sleep. No matter what is happening around you, this moment of connection becomes your sanctuary. And over time, it begins to feel natural, like returning to a place you've always belonged. The reason this practice is so powerful is because it speaks to your nervous system in a language it understands. Gentle touch, steady breath, and reassuring words. You are not bypassing your feelings or forcing yourself to be happy. You are offering love to the parts of you that may have been neglected, dismissed, or misunderstood. And love, when offered consistently, softens even the oldest wounds. There may be moments when you forget to do it. That's okay. You don't need to be perfect. This isn't about doing it right. It's about being willing. Every time you return, every time you touch your heart and speak those words, it counts. Your body notices. Your soul takes note. You are creating a relationship with yourself, one filled with compassion and care. At times, old pain may rise to the surface. Memories, emotions, tension in the body. That's not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that something is ready to be released. The moment you say, I am safe, you are giving those parts of you permission to breathe. You're telling your inner self, it's okay to let go now. I'm here. I'm listening. And just like that, healing begins. Now I want to invite you to take this a step further. In your quiet moments, look into the mirror, softly, kindly, and place your hand over your heart. Look into your own eyes, not to judge or fix, but to recognize. Say to yourself, I am safe, and I am learning to trust myself. Let that moment be real. Let it be yours. This practice will deepen your connection to your truth, and with time, it can become one of the most sacred rituals you carry. Healing is not always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less, but doing it with love. A single breath, a soft touch, a kind word. That's all it takes to begin shifting your energy. These small acts, repeated with intention, create powerful transformation. Don't underestimate them. Don't overlook them. They are the foundation of lasting change. When you start to believe that you are safe, when those words sink into your bones, you begin to live differently. You stop rushing. You stop hiding. You allow yourself to be more open, more present, more joyful. You stop needing permission to be who you are. You give it to yourself. There's a beautiful rhythm to life that emerges when you start from safety. You begin to hear your own intuition more clearly. You begin to say no to what drains you and yes to what nourishes you. You begin to stand taller, breathe deeper, speak softer, all because you've created a safe home within your own heart. And so, my dear, I want you to know that this journey is yours. It is sacred. It is worth it. You are not alone. Every time you choose kindness over judgment, love over fear, softness over resistance, you are healing. You are growing. You are rising. Let your life become a reflection of that safety. Let your choices reflect the love you now offer yourself. Let your relationships be rooted in truth, not fear. Let your dreams unfold from a place of peace, not pressure. This is the magic that begins when you say the words, I am safe. As we close our time together, I invite you once more to place your hand on your heart. Take a soft breath in and release. Whisper to yourself, I am safe. I am loved. I am enough. Let these words echo through you. Let them become part of your daily rhythm. Speak to them with kindness. Speak to them with belief. Speak them with love. You are doing beautifully. There is no rush. There is no race. Healing unfolds in its own perfect time. Trust it. Trust yourself. And trust that something wonderful is already taking place within you. You are a precious being, a radiant soul, a vessel of love. Keep coming back to your heart. Keep speaking words that heal. And know, deep in your being, that magic truly begins the moment you choose to love yourself gently, wholly, completely. Now go forward softly. Let the world feel the warmth of your healing heart. You are safe. You are supported, and you are so deeply loved.